All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Good evening to everyone who's tuned into our live stream, wherever you may be in the country. I'm not sure who's sitting in front. Who's sitting in front this evening? None of you even know. Someone is sitting on the live chat. One of the ladies, I'm sure. So let us know where you're from. Hopefully you've got a whole bit. Bridget's on the live chat this evening. So introduce yourselves. Let us know where you're tuning in from. For my live studio audience, welcome to our head office. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through what we call our intro presentation, but it's not really so much a presentation as it is a business proposition. It's very much an invitation to join us in partnership in this business. And so I hope by the end of the presentation you have enough information to make an informed decision, because every proposition needs a decision by the end of it, I hope. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company. We have been in operation for nearly 70 years. That's 70 years. That's like almost twice my lifetime. So we are an extremely well-established business. I will touch on Constantia a little more towards the end of the presentation, but DuePoint is fairly new. We were formed 3.5 years ago when we opened our doors in February 2016, when a number of factors came together, factors and aspirations came together for the founders of this business. I'm going to discuss these with you because it will give you context to the relevance of this business, not only for the economy, but for your life, right? And that main aspiration, our vision for this business is to create a business that allows people to empower themselves, to create social impact for themselves, to create financial impact for themselves. You are here for one reason only, I assume. I hope it's not the free tea and coffee. What are you here for? On a Tuesday night, what are you doing here in my office? You're looking for the money, right? And that's exactly what this business wants to serve. It wants to serve the necessity of what South Africans need, and that is to alleviate the financial risk that we all find ourselves in this country. And so what we did with this business is we created a business very much centered around social entrepreneurship. And as I said, we have invited members of the public, community, to come join us in this business, to partner with us. And our mandate together becomes to create a greater business, a business that has far-reaching effects into every corner of South Africa, so that we can have social impact across the entire country, and so that we can be the solution in our country. Instead of begrudging all the circumstance that we find ourselves in, let's be part of the solution. And you can help us do that. Actually, it's the only way we can do that is with your help. And so I allude to the partnership. And so if you're able to go out and connect, tell people about this business successfully, you are able to create a stake for yourself in this insurance company. We call it a channel of distribution. You get to create your own channel of distribution. If you're able to do that, you get to enjoy many of the benefits that our wealth engineers are afforded here at DuePoint. So I'm going to go through the benefits, and this will give you a very good summary as to whether this business is worthwhile getting involved in. Because I'm sure you've looked at other business opportunities. Perhaps you've been involved in other business opportunities, and I'm sure you will still be looking at other business opportunities in future. And so you have to become discerning about what is a good business and what is not such a good business to get involved in. I think DuePoint will come out on top every time you weigh us against any business opportunity in the country. So I'm going to go through the benefits because you need to make that decision on your own. So number one, you get to create additional income, right? That goes without saying. You all said you're here for the money. But the nature of the income that you are able to produce here is very important to be able to understand, because you get to share in the benefit of what insurance companies are able to create. And we, as an insurance company, get to create true annuity income or recurring income or passive income. There are many companies that throw that term around. Come create passive income. They're talking rubbish, most of them. They're not businesses that create recurring income. Insurance companies have what we call a book value. A book value is an asset that creates annuity income. We can close our doors today. We will still draw income from that book for years to come. Right? That is the form of annuity income. And you get to share in that passive income that we produce here. Right? It mitigates a lot of risk. Because if you've been listening, you'll realize that annuity income, passive income, allows you to get rid of that constraint of time-based income. And we are all constrained by that constraint because I assume everyone's employed, at least most of us. Employment is a perfect example of activity-based income. Because if you open up your contract with your employer, it'll tell you what time of the day you start, whether you get a tea break, whether you get a lunch break, what time you're allowed to go home, how much annual leave you get, whether you get maternity or paternity leave, sick leave, family responsibility leave. They have explicitly defined your income according to activity. And if anything threatens your ability to be active, well, then your livelihood is threatened because you cannot produce income. If you get sick and you can't go to work beyond your sick leave, what happens? Does your boss say, oh no, just come when you're feeling better? No, you stop being paid. What happens when your company gets into a little bit of trouble or the industry suffers that you work in? And suddenly people are getting white envelopes placed on their desks saying, come to a meeting to discuss the company going through a retrenchment. I know that all too well. My wife was, up until recently, a labor litigator for the biggest private employer in the country, right? They were doing retrenchments left, right, and center to everybody. Not just to mine workers, to engineers, accountants, lawyers that she worked next to at head office, right? That is the problem with activity-based income. If you can't work, you can't earn income. But if you get involved in business that pays you based on the asset that you build, the channel that you build, it mitigates all that risk. Right? I'll talk about that more when we talk about the power of creating an asset that you have ownership over. You get to enjoy the power of duplication. I will show you real wealth engineers enjoying leverage in this business because we allow you to go out and build a team around you that can help you build your channel much faster, much greater than you could on your own. Right? And so I hope that you would go find resourceful individuals to help you in this business, to help you create a greater channel. Why? Because your income can increase exponentially in this business, purely based on that fact. Then also we've invested heavily in technology because technology makes business easier and simpler and better and faster. Right now we are streaming to, well, at least the whole of the country, if not the world, easily from a little office here in Bryanston because of technology. We have made this business easy to get you to build channels from anywhere in the country at any time of the day, right? Our two fastest growing wealth engineers in the country do it from social media, from home, in a room, right? Without the need to have to be in an urban area or to have lots of people around you. The one gentleman is just outside of George on a farm, still able to build a very successful channel. We'll actually be showcasing him shortly. Our business is very much about wealth creation, but what goes hand in hand with wealth creation is wealth protection. Right? You look at any wealthy individual, they've got a portfolio of insurance products to protect them, to protect all that time that they've invested in creating wealth for themselves. Right? That goes without saying. We've got a legal access service available to all our active wealth engineers, which is absolutely free of charge, which gives you access to a lawyer and legal services absolutely free of charge, 24 hours a day. Right? You always go to jail when it's after hours. You want to be able to phone a lawyer after hours, right? And so that hotline is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We've purposely designed our business to be low risk. This is very important. Our aspiration in this business is to create social impact. We cannot create a great business opportunity and then attach risk to it. I can't say to everyone, yeah, this is the greatest business opportunity you're ever going to find, but it's going to cost you 10,000 Rand to join. How does that create social impact? Not everyone is successful in the business, right? Not because of the system, just because of human nature. People just don't do, right? And so we can't jeopardize even the people that come into this business, whether they succeed or not at DuePoint. And so you're at liberty to try this business regardless of the risk, because there is none. You can try this business. Even though today you might not know how to do the business, you're still at liberty to join because there is nothing to lose. You should not feel any fear in your heart when you consider doing this business, right? For me, one of the most important factors, I don't often put pressure on people to get started in this business quickly, but I've realized over time that I have to put pressure on you to start as quickly as possible. Why? Because people only change their circumstance when they're in a peak state. What is a peak state? A peak state is when you're excited. And I hope that this presentation allows your imagination to run wild. Why? Because your circumstances not allowed that. But that might scare you. Peak states can make you feel a bit scared, right? But you have to remember, oh yes, there's no risk attached to the business. There's no starter fees. There's no registration kits. They don't have boxes of product that I'm going home with today, right? And so I'm at liberty to join the business and try it. I don't have to go have a meeting with my spouse this weekend. Because what will happen is a whole week will pass and then you'll forget about that excitement you felt on this Tuesday evening and you'll be back into your comfort zone, into that space in life that feels safe, right? And so we're able to create social impact because we don't have any risk. At the same time, there's no qualifications or experience requirements. You get to build an asset. This is probably the most important benefit. We're all employed. We're all working for somebody else, building someone else's asset. We will spend 45 years, 8 hours a day in, day out, for 45 years working for somebody else. It was fine in the old days. In the 70s, maybe the 80s, it was okay. Because people then used to retire and enjoy their glory days. It's not the case for us. Less than 5% of our population can afford retirement today, and the number is getting smaller. Right? There is a crisis with regards to retirement planning in South Africa. And so tell me, why would you spend 45 years working for somebody else when those are your prospects when you get to 60 and 65? We need to start working on something, sacrificing time to build something we have ownership over. You have legal tender over your channel of distribution here at DuePoint. It means you own it. You can sell your channel of distribution. It will never retrench you. And when you get to 60 or 65, it'll never retire you. It'll pay you, this business will pay you through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, through your 90s. Do you want to live longer? Yeah. Through your hundreds. And even the day you die, right? Because remember, there's not activity-based business. You can be infirm and still be earning at DuePoint. And the day you die, you get to pass real wealth onto the next generation. Generational wealth is a rare thing. You would get to create legacy in your lifetime and pass that on to your spouse, onto your children, onto your grandchildren. And so I'm hoping people will look at this business and go, it is worth sacrificing time, whether it's after hours, in the mornings, during lunch times, on the weekend, building something I have ownership over. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling. I bet you that was the first question you asked the person who introduced you to the business. What are we going to sell? What am I going to be putting in my boot? Right? There's absolutely no selling involved in our business. We've removed that responsibility from your mandate. The only thing you have to do is go out and connect people to the business opportunity, not to our products. I will tell you about the products. Your job is to connect people to opportunity, to business, to entrepreneurship, to hope. It's the number one commodity that exists in the country today. Everyone's looking for opportunity. Why? Because we are desperate. Our backs are against the wall. That's all you have to do. Tell them, come sit down for 35 minutes and see what they have to say. I'm not convincing you, not telling you have to do anything. Come look for yourself. That's all you have to do is connect them to this intro presentation. They will make the decision on their own. And at the same time, our products are financial in nature. It means they are intangible products, no boxes. Stock and distribution, you'll never have to worry about that again. Who's been in business with boxes in their boot? Put your hand up, don't be shy. We were all there, we cut our teeth on that business, right? No one wants to be in that business. It's impractical, it's not the way of the future. Here in this business, everything is in the cloud, controlled by IT systems. You never ever have to worry about stock and distribution again in your life. But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build this thing called a channel of distribution. It begins with you. You have to make that decision to say, yes, I want to be involved, partnered with DuePoint. I want to become a wealth engineer, product owner, and I'm going to go out and tell people about the business because that's where the wealth lies. And in this little example that I'm going to show you, you've connected 5 people to DuePoint successfully. 5. Those 5 go out and start speaking to other people. Why? Because they joined this business for the same reason you did. And this is where the power duplication shows itself. This is where leverage shows itself. This is the channel that could be yours in time. Every single dot represents a product owner affording you a monthly income, a monthly return that we pay all our wealth engineers on the 17th of every single month. This is the asset you own. And next month, if you decided not to do anything, maybe you're in a car accident, maybe you just don't feel like doing DuePoint. You don't tell anyone about DuePoint, you don't even open up the app, you don't go to the website, you don't visit head office, you do nothing over December. Are we still going to pay you?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Because this business is not based on sales. It's not commission. It's not activity based. It's based on an asset that you built, and that's the asset. And next month it doesn't disappear. We need to start building assets for ourselves. Stop chasing activity-based income. It's like sitting in a hamster wheel. You get off, it stops. Right? And then where are you? You realize, oh, I've got to get back on again. We are trying to build wealth. Wealth is a sustainable thing. It is something that should outlast you. It should not be something attached to activity, having to go out and sell every single month. I've been in that business. I know what I'm talking about because I ran an ad agency for 15 years and we started at 0 at the beginning of every month. And I did it for 15 years. My dad told me, don't do that business. Get involved in business that pays you while you're sleeping. We tried. We did. We tried to start hosting businesses and all kinds of things. Get clients to sign retainers. Clients don't want to sign retainers. And so every single month I was forced to chase a number every single month and start at 0 every single month. That is activity-based income. Right? See the value of this business because this is where wealth lies. This is what your channel looks like. How do we pay our wealth engineers? It's based on a fee of £27.50 that we will pay you for every product that you have in your channel. But it's dependent on where that product lies in relation to you. So remember I showed you how your channel started to grow. Anyone you introduced to DuePoint will fall on your first point, right? All your personal introductions fall on your first point. On your first point, you can see on the table, you earn 55 Rand for every product owner paying their product successfully on your first point. If you went out this week and connected 10 people, you'd be earning 550 Rand at the end of, or in the middle of December, in the form of recurring income, right? So you can extrapolate that to annuity income, 6,000 Rand a year by just connecting 10 people this week. Those people go out and connect more people on your second point. You can see again on your second point you earn 55 Rand. And so if you had 100 people on your first and second point, now you're suddenly earning 5,500 Rand. That's 60,000 Rand a year. Who would like 60,000 Rand as a December bonus? Are you willing to work for it? I know we all want it in the back pocket. This is not Oprah. I didn't hide anything under your chairs. Right? But you understand the power of annuity income. And then as your channel grows to the third point, the fourth point, you see that multiply starts reducing all the way down to the 8th point, right? So now you've got a big channel all the way to point 8. But we don't limit you there. You can carry on building your channel. We've got wealth engineers who've got channels up to point 30 that they built in the space of 36 months. There's a little plus sign next to the 8. It means we will pay you beyond point 8. There is in actual fact, no limitation to the size of your channel here at DuePoint. We don't limit the size of the stake that you can build in this business. There is no limit to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. That is true entrepreneurship. True entrepreneurship has no ceiling. Salaries, jobs have ceilings. You don't believe me? Go ask your boss what the most you think you can earn is in your position. Go Google it online. They'll tell you. This is what engineers earn. They'll give you a box. Doctors, accountants, tradesmen, plumbers, electricians, hairdressers. That's the most you'll ever earn in your life. That's just accepted. We all have a box that we live in. And that's why I say, I hope this presentation allows your imagination to run wild because there's no limit to this business. Go look at the biggest insurance companies in the country. Go download their annual reports. Go look at the shareholders in those businesses and tell me what they're worth. They're billionaires, right? You get to create a stake for yourself in this business. But it's not done in 3 years or 5 years. And so when I say there's no limitation in this business, I hope you've looked beyond that. I know our necessity is for this month. We're worried about the end of the month. We're worried about December and January. But I'm hoping this business lets you look to the horizon and say, that's where I want to be in 20 years' time. Can you imagine yourself in 20 years' time? Has anyone even thought where they would be in 20 years' time? Maybe you think about retirement and have a little panic attack. That's me. I have a little panic attack. But if we can look 20 years ahead into the future with hope and say, I'm building a business, I'm sacrificing time every week for this business, I'm building it, it gets bigger. It doesn't reset itself once a month or once a year. It just keeps growing because I keep putting effort in. Where will I be in 20 years' time? Wealth is built in the long term, right? But we built a short-term plan for you. Like I said, there's necessity. Questions afterwards. This is a 60-month plan based on very moderate activity. This plan, the 60-month plan, follows someone who's connecting 2 people onto their first point every single month. If you can do that, after 6 months, you'll be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. I'm going to go through this quickly. After 12 months, that'll jump up to 9,000 Rand a month. Remember, you're connecting 2 people personally into this business every month without fail. You're not taking December off. After 24 months, you're going to be close to 28,000 Rand. 36 months, close to 50,000 Rand. After 4 years, close to 70,000 Rand. After 5 years in this business. 5 years in this business without fail, every single month, whether it come rain or shine, whether it's cold or hot, whether you're on holiday or not, 2 people a month, you'll get close to 85,000 Rand a month in this business. That's 1 million Rand a year in annuity income. I bet none of you believe that's possible. And that's fine. That is fine. Focus on the next few months. You don't have to focus on the 60th month. If you can just focus on the 2 every single month, 2 every single month, this will get you there, right? But this is academic. And so let's move it out the way. Let's show you real people doing this business, right? We have got hundreds of wealth engineers that we've brought onto stage who are doing this business successfully. And I want you to take a look at them because this will give you an idea of what's possible. And also some of their stories might resonate with you, right? So go look on our YouTube channel. There are hundreds of testimonies there. This month we invited 3 people up onto our stage. Peter and Rena Kluti are a married couple. They've been in the business from day one. Peter was the only one involved. He got stuck into the business initially for the first few months, started generating income, and then he disappeared. He disappeared. Can you believe someone told him something to the effect of stop chasing money? And he just stopped doing the business. But we were paying him a couple of thousand Rand a month already. And we did that for the next 2.5 years. We still paid him while we never saw him. They went on a luxury cruise together on a DuePoint money. But at the beginning of the year, they both got stuck into the business. They both became active. And their income went from 2,000 Rand to nearly 8,000 Rand in the space of 10 months. Imagine giving yourself a 400% increase in 1 year. We're happy with 3%. 3%, you think you're special, right? You're an employee of the year and your boss gave you 3% increase that year. That's what we're used to, right? 400% in the space of 10 months. Look at the leverage that exists. They connected 33 people on their first point. That's their work they've done. 33 people. But they've got 335 people in their channel. Why? Because those 33 went out and helped them find the other 300. That is leverage. That's teamwork. That's collaboration. Here's the gentleman that was living on an equestrian farm just outside George. Philip Fourie. Been in the business since February. Income has already surpassed 20,000 a month in the space of 9 months. Look at the work he's done. He's put in over 100 people on his first point in 9 months. That's allowed him to build a channel of over 600 people in his business. For every one person he connected, there were another 5 people standing behind that person waiting to join the business. That is how we create social impact. 600 people because of one person engaging in a business that can empower you and give you control of your income back and give you your dignity back. We have got thousands of people joining this business every single month. You need to decide what you want out of this business. The system is not going to tell you what you can have. The system is identical for everyone. It doesn't care what your skin color is, where you were born, what language you speak, whether you're in an urban area or a rural area. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is the person that looks back at you in the mirror, what that person decides to prioritize every single day they get out of bed. You get out of bed, you're going to decide whether you're going to just give that boss who's building their asset your 9 hours and then relax the rest of the time, or do you give the boss 9 hours and there's still a lot of hours left in the day? Do you build yourself, your own business in the remaining hours or not? And that's the decision you have to make every single morning. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program. Now, this is very relevant because we are about to, I don't have my watch on. What is it? 10 days, 11 days? About 11 days until we take all our rank 9 and above wealth engineers to Mauritius. Right? Some of them, their 4th trip with DuePoint. So I'll get onto that shortly. But the rewards program are rewards that you get to enjoy over and above the income that you're earning every single month. When your channel gets to certain sizes, we call them ranks. And along those ranks, most of them are cash checks that we give you, cash bonuses. But there are these tools, and there are cars, and there are trips away to help empower you in this business. Everything we do in this business has purpose. It's not just for fun. There's purpose in everything that we do. At rank 5, we'll give you a business toolkit value of 1,200 Rand. Philip, who we saw, right, the equestrian farmer from George, he's just hit rank 5. And so he's got all this merchandise going down to him. He's just moved to Port Elizabeth, so he's back into a metropolitan area. Maybe he'll do more business there. At rank 7, we get 17,000 Rand cards manufactured for you. I come from, like I said, a background of advertising. I appreciate the power of creating a positive first impression, a professional first impression. If you've got 17,000 Rand business cards, I promise you it makes a good impression when you put that on the table at a meeting. Because all the other amateurs that came to pitch their business ideas to that prospect didn't have 17,000 Rand business cards. Because there isn't a business in the country that pays 17,000 Rand for business cards. Only DuePoint does it. It sets you head and shoulders above all the other businesses. At rank 9, this is what we're about to embark on with our rank 9 wealth engineers. It is 7 days away. We get to invite you and your family to our international conference. It's 7 days away. It's an all expenses paid trip. We fly only business class at DuePoint, ever. So you will get to enjoy business class with your spouse and your children, and you will get to enjoy this. If you carry on growing from rank 9, you will enjoy this rank 9 trip every single year for the rest of your life. So I want you to take a good hard look at the footage that we've put together for you so that you can be jealous, and that jealousy can turn into determination, and that you can start building a channel, right? Because this is what's on offer for you and your family. Thanks, Bumi. How does that look? The record is 5 months to get to rank 9. 5 months, 1,000 products in the qualified channel. You'll be earning about 20,000 Rand a month. And you get to come with us on a trip like that every single year with your children. I tell you, the children have the best time ever, more than the parents. More than the parents, right? And that just makes your heart feel good when you see your children enjoying themselves like that. 2 ranks later, at rank 11, we spend R250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. Guess where I was today? Suzuki Vol in Vereniging. Lynette and Frikkie had their car handed over to them today. Brand new, their first brand new car they've ever had in their lives, and they're in their 70s. Paid for by DuePoint. They earned it themselves. We just paid for it. And they get to drive that car home, park it in their garage, no debit order at the end of the month. They even had champagne at the dealership. Right? So that is a sneak peek into our rewards program. The rewards program has been designed up to rank 28. We're only at rank 11. You go speak to Lynette. She has just hit a milestone. Her eyes are on the horizon. She's like, right, rank 12's next. Rank 13, rank 14. What's the next car that I get? I want a house closer to the head office. Right? She's achieved it in the space of 3 years. 3 years. Is 3 years long? What were you doing 3 years ago? Think about what you were doing 3 years ago. The same thing you're doing today and earning the same you're doing today, but the groceries are twice the price. We need to start doing something. You need to write your future. You need to design the next 3 years of your life. And I'm offering you a business that will give you everything to do that with. Everything. Our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated, because our products speak to exactly the same aspects of our business, about removing discrimination from wealth creation and wealth protection, removing discrimination from age and your health status, right? This is encompassed in all of our products. Access Wealth is our first product. It's an insurance product and an investment product rolled into one. It's going to cost you only 324 Rand a month. The investment portion is 100 Rand that gets contributed into a tax-free investment fund every single month in your name. You've got full access to the fund. And then the insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover that you get for that 324 Rand. As long as you're over the age of 18, you can take out any one of our 5 products. The price does not change depending on how old you become or are. The price does not change when your health deteriorates. The price is the same for everybody. Same with Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is strictly insurance. Only insurance. 249 Rand a month gives you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And you can see there's never medical. We don't care about your blood sugar when you put in a claim. We've removed that aspect from our product completely. We've got Family Wealth, which is a funeral cover product. So this is arguably probably the best funeral cover product on the market in South Africa today. It's going to cost you 299 Rand to get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. That covers an additional 5 family members of yours. You can increase the cover to 30,000 Rand or up to 10 family members. And as a principal member, we will also cover any debt that you might have upon your death up to the value of 10,000 Rand. No excluded pre-existing conditions. There is an age limit on this product of 70. You've got to get in on this product before you turn 70. But once you're covered by Family Wealth, we will cover you till the day you die. You can live to 130, you'll still be covered by the product. All right? Then we have Legal Guard. Legal Guard covers you for legal risk. For 249 Rand a month, you get 250,000 Rands worth of legal indemnity per matter that you might have. You get a host of other services and benefits, all legal related, everything from helping you with agreements to contracts with your employer, landlords especially, that's one of the most popular ones, dealing with landlords and dealing with tenants. They will help you with divorces. They will even go to the CCMA with you. Anyone been to the CCMA? My wife's always going to the CCMA. Well, she was. Now she's changed jobs, fortunately. And so this product covers all legal risk. You can add additional family members to this product for only 25 Rand a month. And then we have Wealth Points. So Wealth Points aims to lower your monthly expenditure, because for 299 Rand a month, what you get is all the discounts and services we've negotiated with the list of partners that you see there. Put a little bump there, whoops. So we have added 2 new partners. There's a list of partners. We've got 2 brand new partners that have joined us, 2 new brands that have joined us this last week, which is Eagle Mahindra and Eagle Mazda. So there's massive value in the Eagle Corner dealership, because if you go buy a car and you get a discount on a car, there is massive value there, which one of our wealth engineers realized. He got a 40,000 Rand discount. I bought a Ford. I got a 100,000 Rand discount off my Ford. And so that's how Wealth Points works, right? So you get to engage in any of those partners immediately through the Wealth Points program. And hopefully if you can lower your monthly expenditure, well, you can become debt-free sooner. You can become wealthier faster. So that's the aim of Wealth Points. Go to our YouTube channel. On your app, you will see that we have got updated reviews of all the products. Go watch those reviews of the products, because it'll give you a much greater, we went through it so fast, it'll give you a much greater sense of appreciation of what those products do and how they've been innovated for not only our wealth engineers, but for the country as a whole. The Achiever Quest. Who needs money now? Trick question. Yes, you're giving away money. Oh. So we have an incentive. It runs every single month. This is not how you build wealth, but this most certainly can make your month easier, right? Because this is once-off incentive stuff. If you're able to connect 10 or more people in a single month who pay successfully in the same month, if you do 10, we'll give you 5,000 Rand on top of your monthly return. If you do 20, we'll give you 10,000 Rand. If you do 30 new wealth engineers in a single month who pay successfully in that same month, we will give you an extra 15,000 Rand. We've got wealth engineers who do it multiple months in a row, right? This is easy money, as they say. But remember, it's not sustainable, right? The income that you create through the channel that you build, which takes time, that is where the wealth belongs. A little bit of background on our business, because I imagine many of you might have arrived skeptical. Who was skeptical when they arrived here, before they arrived? Where are you taking me? What's this presenter? What's the product? I don't see boxes outside. What are we doing? Milkshakes? What's happening here at this business? It is 100% perfectly fine to arrive skeptical. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being skeptical, right? But now we have to deal with the skepticism, because we're at the end of the proposition, and I said to you, this is an invitation. I'm asking you if you want to join the business, but that's not really the decision I care about. My concern is more about whether you can go forward in this business, trusting the business you're partnering with. I cannot tell you to trust DuePoint. You have to go figure that out for yourself. How do you get rid of skepticism? Through knowledge. Right? And so I want you to go to the DuePoint website. Go look at the DuePoint website. Go Google DuePoint. Go to the Constantia website, right? I told you we're a registered insurer. Go to the FSCA. Those are the people that regulate us as a financial services provider, as an insurance company. Go look at all the financial licenses we have. We are regulated constantly by many regulators, not only the FSCA. You're in our offices. You can speak to a founder, an executive. You can set up a meeting with me if you really want to. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under Conduit Capital. So know that as a business and even as a division, we are audited publicly every single year. You go find a business that is more credible than us, and I'll eat my hat. I don't have a hat. But that is my point. Go do your homework. Because if you're going to take on the responsibility of connecting other people to this business, well, then you better believe this business is trustworthy. Otherwise, don't take on that responsibility. Right? There's the FSP number that we operate under. You'll see all the financial licenses we have on our website. They're on display outside above the water cooler. They'll be on the FSCA website. And so what is the decision I'm interested in? I told you I'm not interested in whether you want to join or not. The people that don't want to join, no problem. The people that do want to join, those people, I'm looking at those people. I'm speaking to those people. You need to make a decision, an intentional one, of how do I connect people tonight? How do I tell people about DuePoint tomorrow and the following day and on the weekend and next week and through December while everyone's on holiday? How do I connect people constantly? Because that is where the wealth lies. That is where my leverage exists. That is the decision you have to make. How do you fit DuePoint into your life? Not as a New Year's resolution. We're not trying to lose weight or stop smoking, or drink less, right? We're trying to save our lives. Go speak to someone who's just retired who can't afford it. My father can't afford retirement. My mother-in-law can't afford retirement. Right? It's a reality. It is a reality for the vast majority of us. Right? We have to do something today to change that prospect. And you can do it here at DuePoint. Getting started, very simple. 4 easy steps. Register as a wealth engineer on the app. The person hosting you can help you do that. Download the DuePoint app onto your own phone, right? Because this becomes your primary business tool once you're a wealth engineer. Go watch the training video so that you become an expert in the business that can change your life. Go watch the training. Don't ever come to me and ask me a question that I know was in the training. And then connect 3 people. We don't pay you for 1 person or 2 people. We start paying you once you connect 3 people. That is your number 1 goal. That is the goal that you need to hit as quickly as possible. How do I connect 3 people who pay in the same month? Because what happens is something magical happens. Rob told me to go do all my homework so that I trust the business. But you will only 100% trust the business once that business has put money into your bank account. So do that for yourself. You do it by connecting 3 people. And then the bank will send you an SMS saying, DuePoint has credited your account for 165 Rand, right? 55 Rand times 3. And then you will become a believer in the business. All right, so do that for yourself as quickly as possible. There's the social media platforms we're available on. Connect with us constantly. We're on those platforms daily, right? You get to connect to us wherever you are in the country. Don't be shy to connect someone who's sitting in the middle of a farm in a rural area. Connect them. There's internet everywhere nowadays, right? They can connect, they can build the business, but connect to the platforms yourself. The apps are available for Android and Apple devices, and then very importantly, we've got merchandise available on our online store. Go to our website, click on store, you'll see all the merchandise you can buy. Do not be an amateur in this business. Invest in yourself, double down on yourself, get some business cards, get a notepad, get a pen. Look like you represent DuePoint, that you believe in DuePoint, that you're invested in DuePoint, because people will not invest in you if you don't look like you're invested. That's a lesson from advertising in 30 seconds. And with that, I thank you for your time. It's been a wonderful audience. Might take you on tour with me. Have you heard that one before? My sincere wish, whether you join DuePoint or not, is that you're able to find prosperity for yourself, because it is a rare commodity today, right? And you can do it here at DuePoint. I promise you. This is a business where we get to collaborate together. You get all the support in the world in the business, but we will not drag you. You need to come do this for yourself, right? And so my wish is that you can find prosperity in the short term and start empowering yourself, find dignity, take control over your income. Don't become dependent on activity-based income. It will come to an end sooner or later, right? Good luck. Thank you.